Hi, my name is Summer Sanacor, and this is my story. For years and years, I went to a gamut of doctors ranging from ENTs to rheumatologists to neurosurgeons and everything in between. I was misdiagnosed time and time again. They always wanted to feed me a cocktail of meds for the wide-ranging, very perplexing symptoms that I had that ranged everything from severe pressure in my brain to passing out in the shower to nonstop spinning to my eyeballs tugged at the back of my brain every single time they moved. In 2016, I was diagnosed with something that has no cure but directly impacts my brain and cervical spine and everything else in my body as well. Within a month, my doctor put me on a Beamer. Though I had no idea what it did, nor did I really care, it brought me relief I hadn't had in years when I felt something shift in my brain. I said to her, "How much do I have to pay you to lay here because this feels amazing?" In 2019, I noticed a significant difference in my health when I purchased my own Beamer. After consistent Beamer usage, though I hadn't slept in nearly 3 years due to severe spinning, I was noticing I was able to fall asleep, stay asleep, and if I had to get up, I could fall back asleep. I had better waste elimination. I had great mental clarity. My eye pressure was releasing, and it felt amazing. I even felt like I could breathe easier. I feel so extremely blessed to share my passion for Beamer and my story with every single person that has a beating heart. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paul Semest up here in northwest Montana. About 4 years ago when I was turning 80, this lady walked up to me in church, says, "You're having difficulty with your hands. Would you try this new medical device called a Beamer?" And I said, "Okay, let's give it a try." So every morning and every evening for 2 weeks, I called her up and said, "I've got to have one of these. For you see, my hands have been shriveling up and curling up with inflammation. And I was losing my ability to play the music. And now, with the enhanced circulation, I got all my flexibility back. Well, what makes this work? I was very curious. I'd been a scientist with NASA for 36 years. That's my NASA hat there. And I had helped write collaborative agreements with scientists and industry and universities. We did the research. Why invent something that is already out there? Why spend the taxpayers' money on that? So we would pick the best, and certainly I believe that's what we have. B for best, B for Beamer, and I say, go Beamer.
Hello, my name is Brittany Peterson. I'm a professional ultra runner specializing in mountainous technical terrain. I run anywhere from 50-kilometer to 100-mile races. So you can imagine that that puts me at significant risk for overuse injuries. When I was first introduced to Beamer, I was dealing with a foot injury and I was having discomfort and was pretty desperate to just have anything to get that better. And so I started using Beamer and I noticed pretty quickly that that discomfort was going away and I was able to get back into my more typical training. So shortly after that, I had a test speed workout. Hadn't done speed for quite a while. And I remember the significant thing about that workout, it went well, but I had no residual soreness afterwards, which after not doing speed for like 4 months was pretty crazy. I kept using Beamer, things kept progressing. I was getting back into typical training. I had back-to-back speed workouts that were tough. And I knew after the first one, I knew that second one was going to be hard. And my coach had assigned some hard times to hit, and I didn't think that was possible. And I remember not only hitting those times, but I surpassed those times. And I was just amazed. And I knew that it was because Beamer was allowing me to recover faster. So now I own my own Beamer and I use it regularly. And I definitely notice higher volume, greater intensity in my workouts, and I'm tolerating that better than I ever have. And I view Beamer as kind of my secret weapon for dealing with any type of overuse injury. So I love having my Beamer, and it's an important tool in my professional running.
Hi, my name is Deborah Beard, and I was introduced to the Beamer Vascular Therapy in 2012 by a really dear friend that I'll always say loved me enough to pick up that phone. She had walked through so many years of autoimmune disorders with me when the big one came, and I had to take, or was told I better take 2 years of this toxic chemical treatment if I was going to survive. After that, I tried to take care of myself. I ate well. I took some incredible supplements, but my body was left in a place where I could not sit anywhere without a pillow. I could not hug anyone or be hugged. That was so important to me. And there were so many other things. I ended up doing about 20 sessions of this Beamer therapy. And at the end, I think it was my husband that noticed before I did all of the changes that were taking place. So many other people began to notice because we purchased the Beamer. And I had many people coming over to my house, so many people, that I think my neighbor thought I was selling drugs. But guess what? She owns a Beamer today.
Hey there, my name is Cody Lind, and I'm a professional mountain endurance runner out of Pocatello, Idaho. I was introduced to Beamer in August of 2019, where I had the opportunity to Beamer 1 to 2 times per day, while training anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a day during a big 6-week training block. I ultimately had one of the best training blocks of my life, and a lot of that came from overall recovery rate. I felt like I could get out, do a really hard workout, or go climb a big peak, and I'd feel recovered the next morning and like I hadn't done some of these workouts. And a lot of that came with sleep as well, and I felt like an overall increase in my sleep, and I would feel refreshed when I'd wake up in the morning. I had one of the best races of my life in early September where I won North America's largest skyrunning race called the Butt 50K out of Big Sky, Montana. In December of 2019, I ended up bringing a Beamer into my life. In February of 2020, I went to Costa Rica where I won a 144-mile multi-day stage race along the coast of Costa Rica called the Costa Rica Coastal Challenge. I have just been really impressed with the results I am seeing in my recovery rate and my sleep. I think as a professional athlete, you're constantly in tune with your body and trying to balance one workout to the next and one race to the next. And I think Beamer is a huge part of the success I am seeing.
Hello, my name is Jana Vogel, and I started using the Beamer in 2016. I have seen the benefits on my knee when I could barely wake up. When I could barely get up, I used the Beamer, and 4 days later, I was riding a bike. I saw the benefits just recently on my stomach. I was doing an exercise where I hover my legs and my arms just over the ground about an inch, and my left muscle pulled. I beamed it for about 3 to 5 days, and I could work out again, no problem. Well, 2 weeks after that, I pulled my right stomach muscle. My left one held out great, but I pulled my right stomach muscle. And then I was like, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go on with life. I have 2 kids and a husband. But it still, to this day, is not good. So I tried doing the Starfish about 2 weeks after I pulled it, and I still can't do it. My muscle is just too tender. So I am very thankful that I do have the Beamer to go to. Sometimes I don't use it and sometimes I do, but I tell you, I'm always thankful for taking out that time. As I age, it is the best tool in my toolbox. My husband and both of my kids agree that is our number one to go to when we need benefit with health, to the point that I definitely use it every day. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Sharon from Charlotte, North Carolina. I started using my Beamer about a year ago, and when I first started, I could hardly get out of my bed or get out of my room. I lived in a dark room at a 30-degree angle for a couple of years after my second brain surgery left me very, very sound and light sensitive. So I started using the Beamer, and gradually, I first saw a pretty big jump, and then gradually, as the year went through, I have continued to improve. And when I consider where I am now after a year from where I was then, I hardly even know what to say besides, I have my life back. I have my life back.
Hi, Larry Helps here. I spent 24 years in the military, played a lot of sports, and I've paid a huge price for that since then. I'll give you the short list. Head injury, shoulder damage from a motorcycle accident, knee injuries from sports, back injury from a car accident, flying C-130s in the Air Force didn't help that, broken neck from a diving accident. At 58 years old, the wheels came off. I spent 5 years hardly able to get out of a chair. I slept on the floor, getting maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. Major neck, head discomfort. I was miserable, depressed. I had a heart rhythm issue. Got my Beamer, bought it sight unseen. I'm 73 now. My life's changed dramatically over the last 4 years. No medications. Head, neck, shoulder, back issues gone, are very manageable. Sleep all night, dream in color. I can do pretty much anything I want to do. And the heart rhythm issue, gone after 2 months on Beamer.
Hi, my name is Linda Cheney. I've always been a very athletic person who played competitive softball. My team won the Maryland State, Virginia State, and Florida State, and we won a berth to the National World Tournament in Royal Oak, Michigan. I've always participated in many sports, including racquetball and golf. I was a very healthy person with absolutely no health issues. In 1995, I went to bed a totally healthy person and woke up with excruciating agony. I could barely walk, dress myself, or cut up my food. I could no longer sleep in my bed, and I started sleeping in a recliner. Each morning, my husband had to assist me with getting my day started. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, which causes inflammation in all the joints. I tried various modalities which helped me, but still suffered with severe flare-ups. I started playing golf, but sometimes I could not finish 18 holes because my hands, shoulders, knees, and feet would begin hurting. I was introduced to Beamer in December 2015. Upon regular use of the Beamer, I noticed that my joints were not as inflamed and the discomfort had calmed. I continued to improve while sticking with the program. Today, I play 3 to 5 times a week and usually have the longest drive of around 200 plus yards. Beamer has given me back my quality of life. My health benefits with Beamer are endless. It is definitely the gift that keeps giving. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kathy Murray and I live in Spokane, Washington. And I want to share with you what the Beamer has done for me. 6 years ago, I was at a point in my health where every bone hurt, every joint hurt. I remember going to the grocery store and sitting in my car and I would just cry because I didn't have the strength to get out, and I started to feel really hopeless. And my friend was getting these amazing results from the Beamer, and I wanted it. And it was the best thing I ever did for myself. I bought a Beamer. I'm so glad I did. It has been the most wonderful thing. It has given me my life back, and I function like a normal human being. In fact, I've been canning in my kitchen all morning.